Hello, Ozark. Nathan here. Tonight we're going to talk about economic development. Traditionally, economic development is, kind of uses these what we call economic development tools like tax abatements, Chapter 353s, or CIDs and TDDs, these different types of kind of taxing incentives to either direct some tax revenue into an area to encourage development or to abate some taxes on a property to make something fiscally possible in that regard. Now, when you do it right, those tools are great. They're useful tools when they're used wisely. They can get carried away though, and they can kind of create this sort of race to the bottom as every community competes, and each one offers a little bit more and a little bit more until you reach a point where you're giving away all sorts of stuff, and that's never good, especially for a community like Ozark who has a really small budget, and we just can't afford to compete with other communities just using these tools alone. The other problem with the tools is that they're not fully satisfying, and what I mean by that is if we used tax incentives and abatements to pave over hundreds of acres of land to build office complexes and subdivisions. And we just had development stretching as far as the eye could see. When we were done, we wouldn't look at that, pat ourselves on the back and go, great job. Because we would recognize that something is still missing, that it's not a complete picture. So enter the concept of placemaking. Now, this is a term that economic developers use to describe, building community. I'm going to just simplify it for you. If you build a great community, if you build a place that people want to be, want to live, want to work, want to come visit, then we can address a lot of our economic development issues. Create a place where people want to be, and you're going to put more people in your shops, more people in your restaurants. And we do it through a combination of things. We'll continue to use the tools that I mentioned earlier, but there's one piece of this that I feel like has been missing, and that is this. People want more. We have a desire to connect. We have a desire to be outside. We have a desire to be engaged in other activities. You don't want to just go to a shop. You want to go to multiple shops. You don't want to just go to multiple shops. You want to have dinner while you're out, or lunch, or a drink, or a coffee. You want the entire experience. You want to be able to move from place to place easily, by car, by foot, by bike, however. We want all of that. We are desirous of all of that. That's why you see the communities that have these locations. Those locations are incredibly popular to live in, to visit, and to develop in. We have precisely that here in Ozark. Stretching from Riverside to 65 is one of the most spectacular greenways anywhere, the Finley River Corridor. We can develop along that river responsibly while still maintaining other sections of it in its native state. And we can sort of have the best of both worlds along that corridor. These amazing green spaces with this really great development that keeps people active and keeps them engaged. Finley Farms will be coming online soon. We need to prepare the Ozark area, the downtown area, to take advantage of the activity that development is going to bring. Parks and trails are an economic driver, folks, not just in this community, but in this entire region and across this country. People are desirous of that experience. They are spending money to be a part of that experience, and it's something that Ozark is positioned to take full advantage of, and I think we should.